Are you a filmmaker or content creator with a vision that demands the best? Then look no further than IPGRentals.com, the ultimate destination for audio, video, lighting, drones, and support gear for your productions. At IPG Rentals, we believe in the power of collaboration. Our gear becomes an extension of your creativity, bringing your vision to life. And with our tagline, Our Gear, Your Vision, we're not just a rental service, we're your production partner. Why choose IPG Rentals, you may ask? Easy. We bring quality, reliability, and an extensive range of top-notch equipment. From industry-standard cameras and audio equipment to state-of-the-art lighting and drones, our gear is meticulously maintained to ensure you get the best results every time. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.ipgrentals.com. Our Gear, Your Vision. Hey guys, Dondi Sanchez here with Emmanuel Production Group, also known as IPG. I wanted to do this impromptu video. It's been on my mind for the past few months, and today I figured, you know what, let's just do it. It's a little different from our other Media Hub videos. This is more of an impromptu last-minute video, so we don't have our, we're not on our regular set. We're just in my office. And I wanted to go and talk to you guys. I would love to hear your comments as well about this, but I can't be the only one seeing, this shift in the industry. I started in the industry in 1992 in Florida, and I've traveled all over the world. IPG, like I said, is going to be around 20 years in January. We do a little bit of everything. We're in every click. So we do entertainment, sports, corporate events. We do specialty cameras, so it could be Steadicams, jibs, remote heads, anything like that. So I've seen a lot. I see a lot of things change, but this is different for some reason, and I wanted to talk about it because I want to hear what you guys are going through as well, because I've talked to many friends all over the country as well, and they've been hurting. And, for those of you that are up and comers too, what to expect going into the industry as well. When I got in the industry in the early 90s in Florida, for those of you that are new to the industry, Florida was called Hollywood East. So if you think of what Atlanta is now, or even the past, almost decade now, that's what Florida was. I mean, you can go from show to show to show to show. I mean, work would just fall on top of you, and it was easy to find work. And I don't think it's that much so these days. I remember over 10 years ago when the first writer strike happened, right? And we just went through another one, right? So we know that affected all the dramas, movies, you name it, sitcoms, game shows, things like that. But I thought when it happened this time, I was like, okay, reality is going to pick up, because that was the boom of reality on the first writer strike back in the 90s. Everybody and their grandmother had a reality show, and there was just work after work after work after work after work. And I thought that was going to happen this time. And come to find out, it didn't happen like that. I mean, if anything, it got less. I have friends all over the country right now that have been in the industry over 20 years, and they are hurting. I mean, they are hurting for work. A lot of them are kind of giving up on freelance work and looking for staff jobs, because the reality world has gone so far down with hardly any work and hardly any shows. And the shows that are there aren't enough shows for all the people in the industry, right? And if there are, the crews are a lot smaller, right? So that was a big hit for everybody that was in the reality clique or the reality world. I mean, these people that have just put their foot in that one section of the industry have been hurting so bad. I mean, I have friends that just have worked maybe a couple days a month, and it's sad to see. So that's a huge shift right there. If you take just the reality portion out, right there, we just lost a bunch of production work in our industry all over the country, right? All over the country. So then you talk about movies or bigger productions, right? Let's put movies and commercials together, right? So for a while there, we were doing commercials for Sprouts, Academy Sports, and Jockey, right? And one thing in this industry that, especially for you people that are just in there or getting into the industry, one thing I could tell you that I do is I never, ever, ever just start off the new year assuming that we'll just do these jobs again, right? In business, called forecasting. If you want to forecast like how much you're going to make or whatever. Me, I always start at zero. In January, I start at zero again because nothing is promised. Nothing is promised. So you can't go by that. As I don't anyway, right? I always start at zero. And just to let you know, like all our clients, we've had at least 10-year relationships with them, 10 years or more. The way I like to do business is I want to do not just a one-off project. I want to do, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 projects with them. And we have done that throughout the years with our clients, thank God, But some of them go. You have people that, that you may have known for, 3 or 4 years, and they've been in that position, and then they move on or they leave, or let's just say the company might have a new person come in that's head of the department. They want to go a different way, so you could easily lose your jobs that you've had for 4 or 5 years in a row and just go away just like that. And that's just the way our business is. And this year, you definitely have seen a lot of changes. You've seen a lot of changes since post-pandemic. These days everybody tells time by either pre or post-pandemic. So the pandemic has definitely changed our industry as well and the way we do it. For a while there, right after we got back after the pandemic, we were busy with reality shows like the whole year. I think we did like 4 reality shows. Back to back, 4 to 6 months, and then we did a couple pilots in there. We were super busy because that was after sports. Reality was the first thing to come back while we were in post pandemic, right? So, and thank God, because that kept us afloat. We were able to keep our employees. We were able to keep them busy and everything. So it was a blessing that we can do that. But that was just 2 years ago. And what a difference from 2 years ago to now as far as reality shows, okay? And a lot of that is probably due to writer strike and the new laws that are coming out with the agreements that they made, I would love to hear your comments on what you think are some of the causes on the big shift in our industry. Another big thing that I think that it caused it too is just the way Gen Zers see and watch content now. A lot of them just don't watch TV. Think about it. Most millennials don't even have cable. Okay, I'm a what you would call a Gen X, right? We grew up watching TV, right? I have 3 sons: a 37-year-old, a 26-year-old. A 27-year-old and a 25-year-old. Okay, so I have this spectrum. I have 2 grandkids, 12 and 14. I'm telling you this just because I also watch them to see what they watch. Okay, because that is a huge thing. How many of you millennials have a cable bill? Probably none of you. Most of us have subscriptions now with every streaming channel. So. And then after that, Gen Zers, they're on either TikTok or any other social media platform watching short form content, which is, unfortunately, it's a killer for us. And it's really, really, really ruined, the industry as well, because that takes away all the long form content. You're talking to my grandkids, when they come over and they're watching TV, it drives me crazy because they watch clips just on YouTube or any other social platform that's, just a couple minutes or 10 minutes, and they don't even finish it. It just, right before it's done, they clip on to the next one. And I'm like, it drives me crazy because the attention span is ridiculous. But this is what our industry is leading towards. This is the type of content or the type of shoots that we're doing now. Okay. You have to put all these things into it to figure out why is our industry changing and why is it so much less work. Okay. I'll give you an example. When we used to do press events at all the theme parks, I mean, you were talking like they would spend millions of dollars on these press events, okay? Bringing in networks, satellite trucks, big stars and all that to have the viewership, to get the eyeballs on their, on the actual press event that they would air. These days, what do? Which started, I saw it about 8 years ago, I would say, where they just started bringing in vloggers at first. And then vloggers turned into influencers. And now you could have an influencer, have them come in, they bring in their, whether they're single, they bring in their family, they do a couple of hits or make a couple videos about the new attraction or whatever the press event is about, and that's it. And you're talking, they're filming it with either their phone or an Osmo, which is, I'm purposely filming this way to show you what it's turning into. Right now, I'm actually filming this with a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 and this mic right here. And that's all you need. So what does that do? It takes away all of our crews, our work. We don't need it because anybody can do it, It's all this, it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing. It's a bittersweet, right? Because you could do all this with one person. And that one person, honestly, these days, they don't even have to go to school for it. It's YouTube University. They learn these things on YouTube. They learn how to work it. Hey, I still learn things on YouTube. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm just showing you or telling you like why our industry is changing. Okay? Because one, equipment from 20 years ago to today. I remember my first camera package was $70,000. $70,000 was my first camera package. Okay. That was just for the camera, the tripod, lens, and the camera. Okay. Now, I mean, look, I think I paid $750 for this combo kit of the DJI Pocket 3 Osmo. The cost of what it takes to do a productions is a fraction of what it used to be. And it also takes a fraction of the amount of crew as it used to. So what does that do? It's less work. Less work. People might need more content, but the content is a lot quicker to do. You could film all the content you need within a couple hours, not a 10-hour day, 12-hour day, whatever. There's so many people out there making a living like this. And like I said, that's not what this video is about. More power to you if you're doing it. What this video is about is just to show you how our industry in the television and film industry is changing. And we need to adapt, or we're not going to make it either. I've always, for my company, I always try to stay up with trends. I always try to stay up with, film styles, what's going on. I always try to stay up that, even with the equipment, because you have to. You have to. I would love to hear what you guys have to say and what you guys have to think about what I'm saying. Please put it in the comments below, because this is important, especially for people that have been in the industry for 20 years. Like, what are you doing? Do you guys have an exit plan? Are you guys trying to do something else? Are you looking to get out? Like, what are you doing? And then those of you that are coming in, we've added so many new jobs for the new people coming in. Now you're just a social media marketer, a content creator, an influencer. So many people, like, I remember my grandkids are like, oh, we just want to be YouTubers, because that was a craze. Everybody wanted to be a YouTuber, you know? So I'd love to see, like, those of you that are coming in, like, what do you guys want to do? What's your plans? Because I honestly think, and I've been telling my employees this for a while, like, what I'm afraid of is, like, because all the gear is so easy to get, so affordable, and anybody can learn on YouTube these days, or just online, that what you used to be able to charge for 5-10 years ago, you can't even charge for that today, because it's anybody can do it. But I got a call, we just got a call from a very large PR firm, and they wanted us to send in bids for to go and do shoots at a theme park either once a month or twice a month. So I had to send them 2 bids. And as I'm reading it, I'm like, and as I'm making the estimate, I'm like, okay, it sounds like they want to do this on an iPhone. So I put in my regular bid, like I usually do with cameras and everything like that, audio and all that. And when I sent them the estimate, I was like, hey, so I sent you like this, but it sounds like you want to shoot this on an iPhone. Is that what you're looking to do? And sure enough, she sends it back and she says, yeah, we're looking about doing, either an iPhone 15 or 16. And I'm like, so what do you think happened to the amount of money that we just put in our estimate for? It just went from this to a fraction of the cost, and working with an iPhone. And trust me, I love iPhones. I'm an iPhone owner. I have an iPhone 14 myself, but it's just the things that you can do with it is amazing. You don't need, unfortunately, the big cameras or whatever. You don't need the Reds. You don't need the Alexas. And it depends on what you're shooting. Don't get me wrong. It all depends on the project. I want to make sure I say that. But for this specific job on a large PR firm, this is not a small PR firm, a large PR firm, they were literally telling me to shoot, asked me to shoot this content on a iPhone 16. This is what is happening in our industry, and we just have to be able to adapt with it. Another thing that takes factor in what's changing in our industry, believe it or not, is the economy. Believe it or not, what's happening in our economy, whether our economy is in a good state of mind or a bad state of mind, is a factor of how our industry works. And I'm sure just like any other industry as well, but I'm just talking about this specific industry. For example, right now, and in 2008, and where we are today, those 2 blocks of dates, okay, 2006 to 2008, and then let's say 20 to 20, or let's say 22 to 24 right now, right? If the economy is doing bad, then what happens with big companies that want to spend the money on production? They hold their money and they don't want to do any productions. Or if they do productions, it's a lot smaller. It's a lot less of production that they want to do, okay? And what does that do? That means that we don't have either more days, or they need less crew, or they try to find the cheapest way to do it. All this plays a factor. On it. And a lot of people don't see that. And as a business owner, my responsibility is to make sure that not only is my family taken care of, but the families of our employees as well. They still want their checks as well, right? So always pay attention to what the economy is doing, because that'll tell you on how things are going to go in our industry as well. All right. If you guys think I'm wrong about that, please put that in the comments below as well, because it's a big factor. I want to read something to you that I found here. I found this online because I was like, after thinking about doing this video, I was like, there's no way I could be this only me thinking about this. So I'm going to read this. This is some things that I found online. It says, according to recent data, the television and movie industry has seen relatively stagnant growth over the past few years, with some sources even indicating a slight decline in revenue due to factors like pandemic, shifting consumer habits towards streaming, all the streaming channels, and increased competition in the market. Overall, the growth rate is considered minimal, with some reports showing a near 0% increase in the last 4 years. A near 0% increase in the last 4 years. That should tell you something right there on how there is a shift in our industry. And we have to be aware on what's going on and how to adapt to it, okay? Listen to this. It says, it goes on to say, key points to consider: streaming impact. While streaming services have boosted content production, the shift from traditional cable TV has caused some instability in the overall industry revenue. Okay? And then, as it says here, with numerous streaming platforms competing for viewers, the market is becoming increasingly saturated. Increasingly saturated. What is the state of the film industry in 2024? Listen to what it says here. The tracking company found that the production in the United States was down 40% in the second quarter of 2024. 40% compared to the peak TV levels of filming activity during the same period in 2022. Down 40%. That is huge. That is huge. That definitely puts an impact whether you're a self-employed subcontractor or a business owner. 40% is a lot. That is a lot, okay? These are things that we have to pay mind to and adapt to what's going on. Well, guys, I know I threw a lot at you, and I know I was probably rambling a little bit on there, but it was just all the stuff that was going on in my mind the last few months. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please put your comments below. Let us know what you guys think about the industry and how you've seen it change since you've been in it as well. Well, until our next video, wish you guys all the best, and we'll see you on the next one. Okay, so after reading that information, what do you guys think about that? How has that been affecting you? Please put in the comments below. The more people that are putting the comments, it'll help other people that are in the industry or people that are getting industry know what to expect, know what to do. Are you a filmmaker or content creator with a vision that demands the best? Then look no further than IPGRentals.com, the ultimate destination for audio, video, lighting, drones, and support gear for your productions. At IPG Rentals, we believe in the power of collaboration. Our gear becomes an extension of your creativity, bringing your vision to life. And with our tagline, Our Gear, Your Vision, we're not just a rental service, we're your production partner. Why choose IPG Rentals, you may ask? Easy. We bring quality, reliability, and an extensive range of top-notch equipment. From industry-standard cameras and audio equipment to state-of-the-art lighting and drones, our gear is meticulously maintained to ensure you get the best results every time. So what are you waiting for? Visit www.ipgrentals.com. Our Gear, Your Vision.